Now, back on January 1st, 2019, were you working in a capacity as a detective with the Tarpon Springs Police Department?
I was off that day, but yes.
Okay. Did you end up getting called in?
I did.
And did you respond to 1954 Juanita Way?
Yes, sir.
And roughly what time did you get to that address?
2:39 p.m.
And were there multiple law enforcement officers from your agency present on scene when you arrived?
There were.
And what was your role going to be in the investigation?
I was the lead investigator or lead detective.
Okay, so as the lead detective, are there a variety of things that you need to do?
Yes.
And do those things include coordinating a response, coordinating the investigation, and assigning tasks and doing specific tasks?
Yes, sir.
So when you got to 1954 Juanita Way, did you approach that residence?
I did.
What did you notice as you approached the residence?
There was crime scene tape surrounding down the street, around the residence, around the corner to the next street over, and then back to the back side of the property. As I approached the windows on it's a manufactured home, a mobile home. On several of the windows, I saw black fly insect activity flying on the interior of the windows. And once I breached the driveway area where there was no wall, I could smell the odor of decomposition.
Was it a strong smell?
Yes.
And was a search warrant obtained for the residence?
Yes, Detective Lemon was tasked with getting a search warrant.
And once a search warrant was obtained, was there a forensic response and a forensic team that was tasked with going in and documenting the residence?
Yes, Pinellas County Forensics responded and assisted us with the investigation because crime scenes of this magnitude, we have our own crime scene, but we only have one technician and they have a team.
Okay. And did you have an opportunity to go into the residence and look around and see what there was to see?
I did.
And when you did that, can you describe for us what did you see and what did you notice that was notable?
Upon entering from the sliding glass door, there's a Florida room, and as soon as you walk through the sliding glass doors, there's like a laminate flooring, and as soon as you walked in, I remember to the left there was a Buzz Lightyear toy staring up at me, so I was kind of taken back by that. I walked in. To the right, there was several curio cabinets. A couple of the shelves were missing items, appeared to be missing items. On the floor in the middle, there was one of the figurines that appeared to be matching from the cabinet. Just past those was a tan couch. And on the tan couch, when you're facing the couch, the left side, which would be the right arm, appeared to be saturated with blood. There appeared to be spatter on the back of the chair. The right chair where that area of the couch, and then also the front where the leg area where your legs would rest against the couch also had heavy, appeared to be blood staining, and the couch was oddly placed. There was like a doorway to another room, and the couch was positioned in such a way that you couldn't access the other room.
Okay. As you proceeded through the kitchen, how would you describe the kitchen?
Trash. It was food items on the floor, spoiled items, molding food, diapers, trash bags. There was a number of bang cans in the sink.
Did you take note of the bang cans?
I did.
And how come?
I drank bangs back in the day. I'm a self-proclaimed caffeine person, and at the time I was drinking bangs, and I noted the one, as soon as we walked into the outside area, there was one laying by a box, and then there was more scattered throughout the home.
Okay. As you proceeded through the kitchen into the, I'm going to call it the greater living room area, did you observe anything of note?
I did. There was an absence of furniture when you walked into the room. We call it to me, it was either a dining room or it could have been a formal living room, and it was completely absent of furniture, and instead of the furniture, there was a large drop cloth or tarp, and it was laid out, and you could still see the creases from the packaging on the tarp.
Okay. And in the other living room area, what did you note? The lesser living room area?
I'm sorry, the what?
So as you proceeded into that room, once you got to the point of the living room where there was furniture, did you note anything?
Yes, there was, the furniture all seemed to be pushed in. There was multiple television sets, which was odd for a living room. You normally think of one television. There was a curio cabinet that was up against the couch that I mentioned earlier that was blocking that walkway or entryway. There was a curio cabinet up against the backside, like another means to block that. On the walls, there was appeared to be white spray paint in multiple areas, and including the ceiling above. There was a tan couch. I'm sorry, that was a dark brown couch that was in the living room, and there was a white drip mark that appeared to be dripping, like a drip from the ceiling for where there was spray paint.
Okay. So then, did you proceed down the hallway into the various bedrooms?
I did.
Did you see anything of note in the various bedrooms?
The first bedroom was, I would say, the cleanest room of the house. There was nothing really discernible. There was some random garbage on the ground, but other than that, it was fairly clean.
In particular, in that bedroom, and I'm displaying space 98. Did you see like a pink and white blanket there on the floor?
Yes.
Did that become relevant later in your investigation?
Yes.
And as you proceeded beyond that, were you present when the bodies were still present?
Yes, sir.
And did you observe the different bodies?
Yes, I did.
We've had a pretty good description of that, but anything that stuck out to you in terms of reviewing the bodies?
The first body that was Nicholas Ivancic in would have been the second bedroom on the right. He was originally covered by the same kind of drop cloth or tarp that we located or observed in the other room. When we went into that room, there was just an absolute overwhelming odor of decomposition and chemical smell. If you're familiar with, like, you mix something like a chemical to clean floors and you're in a closed space and it just, that like, smell that just gets to you. So as soon as you went in that room, it was just an overwhelming smack in the face odor.
Okay. And what was the state of that room? How would you describe that?
Chaotic. There was, on the bed, there was various chemicals such as bleach, pine sol, some other cleaners that appeared empty and just thrown on the bed. A paper shredder had apparently been dumped. There was loose shreddings from a paper shredder on the bed. There was a gallon container of roofing, like basically like a roof sealant with the top off of it just randomly laying on there. The walls had paint and eggs all over them. On the dresser, as soon as you went to the right of which Nicholas's body is on the ground, the dresser would be, if you're looking in the room to his right, on top of the dresser there was, I believe, 3 different incense holders and incense that was in various stages of burning. There was Glade products scattered throughout the room.
Okay. Moving on to the master bedroom. Same chaotic state?
Yes.
And in terms of the bodies, was there anything in particular that you noted that was significant to your investigation?
Paint all over the victim's head. This would have been Richard. As soon as you opened the door, his head was right there by the door, partially covered in area rug, and then he had another, like a smaller rug, laying on his left side. He had paint poured all over his head and upper torso, and there was a large pooling of paint, like just on the top side of his head, which would have been about here.
Okay. And moving into the master bathroom, again, same chaotic state?
Yes, I would say the bathroom was probably the worst out of the...
Okay. And in terms of Laura's body, also paint?
Correct.
Red towel on top of her and just same, like carpet or something that she was rolled in partially?
Correct.
Okay. Now, we talked some. When you initially enter, do you know for sure the identity of all 3 of the deceased people?
No, we do not.
And was that going to take some time to determine with the response from the medical examiner and things of that nature?
Yes, sir.
Now, we talked about a forensic response, and we've heard from a number of the forensic team over the course of this hearing. But does that take time to do? Does it take time for you to get back the results from the forensic team?
Yes, sir.
Do they find all the things all at once?
No, they do not.
Now, in particular, were you made aware or noticed that there was a Home Depot receipt on the island in the kitchen?
I was.
And did that become, earlier on, did that become a focal point to try and gather information from?
Yes, it did.
And we've watched that, the surveillance video that was recovered based on that Home Depot receipt. Have you had an opportunity to review that and at some point in the past?
I have.
And did you take note of the items that were being purchased?
I did.
And were those items that you saw in places in the residence?
They were.
And in particular, did you note that at the Home Depot there was drop cloths being purchased?
Yes, there were.
I'm displaying State's Exhibit 56. And did you see those same drop cloths, the same packaging of the drop cloths anywhere in the residence?
Yes, I did.
And where would you describe that as being?
The living room.
And was one of those packages empty?
Yes.
Also, in the Home Depot video, did you see a rope being purchased?
Yes, sir.
And I'm showing State's Exhibit 51. Did you see a rope consistent with the rope being purchased at Home Depot on December 18th anywhere in the residence?
I did. The rope was, the room I described as empty with the tarp. There was a rope that started about the tarp area and then it kind of wound itself out into the common living room.
And the individual who purchased those things at Home Depot in the video, did you recognize or come to recognize that individual?
I did.
And who was that?
Shelby Nealy.
Okay. Turning our attention a little bit to the outside of the residence when you were there. Were there any vehicles present?
There was a blue minivan that was underneath the carport next to the sand pile.
Okay, and over the course of your investigation, did you come to understand that Nick utilized that vehicle?
Correct. We were given information by the family members that it was Richard's vehicle, but that Nick was the one that utilized it and drove it on a regular basis.
Okay. Were there any other vehicles you associated with the residence that you expected to be there that were not?
Yes, Laura's 2013 Kia SUV was not present.
Okay. Did that also quickly become a focal point of your investigation?
Yes, sir.
Now, as the investigation progressed and you got more information from family members and other sources, did the name Shelby Nealy and Jamie Ivancic come up?
It did.
Were those people that you quickly wanted to locate to speak with?
Absolutely.
And jumping ahead a little bit, eventually was a Hyundai vehicle registered to Jamie Ivancic found at the clubhouse not that far from the offense location?
It was.
So with the missing 2013 Kia vehicle, did you begin to pursue where that vehicle might be?
We did.
And did you also start to pursue where the defendant, Shelby Nealy, would be?
Yes, we did.
And based on information that you put out, did other law enforcement officers end up locating that vehicle, the Kia, and Shelby Nealy?
They did. The vehicle and Mr. Shelby Nealy were located at 1573 Newman Avenue in Lakewood, Ohio.
And were they located on January 3rd, later in the day?
Yes.
Evening. Once you learned that they were located, did you travel to Ohio with Detective Scarpati?
We did.
Now, I want to jump ahead a little bit. Did you spend a few days in Ohio?
Yes.
Doing different things involved in the investigation?
Yes, interviewing, search warrant on the Kia vehicle, and then I interviewed 4 or 5 people, I believe, on the 5th.
Okay. And but I'll jump over to that soon. But in terms of the 2013 Kia vehicle that was located at Newman Avenue, did you end up working with Ohio authorities in order to obtain a search warrant to search that 2013 Kia vehicle?
Yes, we did.
And were you present and assisting when that Kia vehicle was searched?
I was.
Okay. And I'd like to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibits 239 to 247. If you could look at these and tell me if you recognize them.
Yes, sir.
Judge, at this time, the state would like to move State's Exhibits 239 through 247 into evidence.
Any objection? They're admitted.
I'd like to go over some of these photographs with you. I'm going to display State's Exhibit 237. Is this a photograph of the back seat of the 2013, I'm going to call it red, but possibly maroon Kia vehicle?
Yes, that's the driver's side rear.
Okay, and in this particular photograph, were you able to note that there were child car seats as well as McDonald's trash, possibly some McNuggets there on the floor?
Yes.
Were there other items of interest that you were able to observe on the floor before you started turning things over?
There was receipts scattered throughout the vehicle, McDonald's products scattered throughout the vehicle, and then also to note you can see that white lidded container that's actually in the child seat. That was a Tupperware, Rubbermaid, whatever you want to call it, product, and had various assorted jewelry.
Okay. In that back seat area of the vehicle, displaying State's Exhibit 240, did you find, you and other law enforcement officers find this Walmart receipt?
Yes.
And this Walmart receipt, is that dated December 16, 2018, around 1:45 p.m.?
Could you zoom in on it? Yes, sir.
And were there candles and incense and Glade, lemon, air freshener things purchased?
There were.
And did this receipt become another avenue of investigation for you?
Yes, sir.
Also in that Kia vehicle, displaying State's Exhibit 241, did you locate this McDonald's receipt from December 16, 2018 at 2:03 p.m. from a McDonald's on US 19 in Tarpon Springs?
Can I see it? Yes, sir.
Actually, I apologize. The Walmart receipt that we talked about, which is Stage 240, what was the location of that Walmart?
41232 US 19 Tarpon Springs, which is in our city limits.
Are you familiar with that location?
Yes.
I'm showing you Stage Exhibit 242. Is this a receipt that you found in the 2013 Kia vehicle for McDonald's on US 19 in Palm Harbor from December 16, 2018 at 7:18 p.m.? Purchase of McNuggets?
McDonald's, Palm Harbor, 12/16, 7:18 p.m. And yes, 20-piece McNugget. Sorry.
showing you State's Exhibit 243. Were those 4 receipts that you located within the 2013 Kia vehicle?
They are.